Hey, Sarah.
I'm getting too used to this. How long?
Weeks. Relax. You haven't missed much.
The Ark and the Sleepers, they're safe in the sphere?
You better like where we parked, because it's home now. The Sleepers wake to an amazing view.
We did it, Dad.
We did
What
it.
about your implant and Sam?
I am once again helping the Pathfinder activate Remnant. Our connection has been restored to normal.
Exactly.
Normal. You need him again?
I need Sam to make it easier. I was adapting, but damage was being done.
Yeah.
We need to be careful, Sarah.
The Nexus leaders are waiting, Pathfinder.
Duty calls. Better not keep them waiting.
It never ends.
Never ever. Please add your thanks for the team. Initiative Meriden, Helius. We almost didn't make it, but thanks to the bravery of the Pathfinder team, we have well and truly arrived. Add your voice in gratitude. Let them know that they have affected lives. Thank you so much. I'm relieved beyond measure that my involvement was not necessary. From Bran Cavan. There are no words. Waking up to this was amazing. G. Daniels, Posey Rolf. Thank you. Seems like the thing to do. Candy Jensen. Forever. Honestly. LP. Donkey. To the team, H. Howell. You're the best. Way to wave the flag. Way to plant the flag, Cammy Tabbert. Simply thanks, from Pam Aberdeen. Knew it would work out. They said we were good as dead, but I didn't see it, so I knew we'd come back from the brink. From C. Pernia. We're going to make it work. Imke Magnusson. Thank you. Knew we'd make it. Lori, Nev, and Ira. Thanks. Can't say it enough. HL. Go team, WP. Crazy, amazing ride from B. Garanti. So hopeful. Came here to be someone. Now we can. L. Lowell V. Jess. Moving forward, being stuck in stasis was rough, but it was nothing compared to what you did. Thanks, from Paul Mugman. Just thanks, from Pony Moses. You're the best. Thanks for picking up my slack, Junior. Junior would have been amazed, from Eric Camber. You can drive my boat anytime, from Captain I. Can't say enough. This is stupid. Heroes don't need thanks from me. I'm just normal. D. Aguta. So grateful. Your team is a lifesaver. They probably get that a lot. From K. Tetarenko? Am I pronouncing that right? A great story, Pathfinder. I'm going to write a book about this. From B. Tethras. Oh, good God. Thank you, team. Can't believe it. From Jang Aguda. A new life because of you. From Suki Medeiros. A small thanks from no one important. Yet. From L. Silveria. Sopas Pathfinder. Light in the darkness. Tajella Allen. ZZ Pathfinder team. There's no way to thank you for the lives ahead of us. From Jian Lu. Thank you. This was a strange journey to be on. From C. May. Winners get raspberries. Theme. Finding a home is brilliant. R. Jenny plus Whittle. There's a link to an animated texture of a meridian spear with an added arm gesturing with 2 fingers. Sam has helpfully noted that, while awesome, it is not to scale. Thanks, I guess. I could have helped if I had a Sam. From Seahawk. This was and is the best. Glad to be back in the game. From M. Fenton. My thanks. Radiant Victory team, thank you all. From Gen Z. So glad to make it home. Thank you, team. Bahajomi. So many thanks, Alora. I'll make it better. Just like you, Pathfinder. I'll make it matter. Just like you, Pathfinder. Just like you. From D. Sutherland. I'm going to do great things. From C. Wong. Just wanted to say you did a good job. Madeline Schmidt. Elation. All times are 3:14. All dates are meringue. Space is custard and sort of flaky. MFK. Like all the rest, it's just a thank you from a would-be pioneer. From Hami Okiro. Inspirational. If anyone asks, your family. From A. Hender. The chance we all needed. Again. Anyone wants to complain about the job the team did, tell them to take it up with me, Helen Watt. It's so beautiful from Shiala Kennedy. I can't stop crying. Happy landing day. Let's blow the roof off the place from Anders. I'm a carpenter. My daughter's a pilot. We're alive. Thanks. That is all from Benny T. Nice planet. Inside or out or not, feels like New Earth to me from B. Elba. Thanks to the team. I hope you found family too. Elvoth. Much love. New worlds. Can't wait. From Jatori Reese. Brave as shit. Pathfinder team is all heroes, far as I care. DB Cumbernold. P.S. I'm pushing this live to the outposts. Bet they want to say thanks too. List updating. Awaiting database upgrades. Speed of entries has exceeded civilian buffer. Shit. Okay, so wait a minute. I have some quests to deal with. So first of all, there's Epilogue, Home and Away. I get to talk to my squad and crew. Helius assignments.
Go on. I need some rest.
The decision isn't yours.
Neither is it yours. That is the point, isn't it? Pathfinder, you're late.
I can't get one day off?
Save the cluster, straight back to work. I get it.
It must seem like that, but this wouldn't be possible without you.
As outposts become colonies, the cluster needs its own voice, a true council.
And while I maintain that it is premature, we must nominate an interim ambassador to represent concerns outside the Nexus. Or rather, you must nominate someone.
What?
Interim ambassador? To what and for who?
To the Nexus. The eventual goal was always a galactic council, but Meridian has accelerated concerns.
An ark has landed. The vaults may make outposts self-sufficient, and we can't claim to represent a sovereign Angara. An interim ambassador would represent concerns outside the Nexus, until elections when we can all step aside.
At the appropriate time.
Why put this on me, though?
I can handle a hot potato, but why throw it to me in the first place?
Because we need it to be legitimate.
We can't impose a vote on the Angara. Or even Kadara. Eladin? Won't happen.
But you've acted for everyone. If you endorse a name, some may disagree, but they will trust it as a starting point.
Someone to speak for Helius.
I put forward Pathfinder Reka. I'd suggest you, but someone might think you killed the Archon to elevate yourself. We can't allow the appearance of that. But Reka keeps the position and timeline in the Nexus family.
Outpost leader Bradley. Reka would be stable for us. We could give the Krogan a voice. Or maybe an Angara? Moshai? I mean, I like the idea of Reka. But everybody needs a voice. I wish there was an option here to pick all of them. Because they could be the interim council until such a time that elections go through. But you know what? It was their home first, so I'm going to go with the Angara.
The Angara need to help define the process. It's their right. Plus, the Moshai would help solidify relations.
We're already partnered, thanks to your efforts against the Rokar.
All the more reason to focus on our own issues.
Okay. We could give the Krogan a voice?
If we want stability, maybe we should ensure the Krogan stay. What if it was Morta?
You are out of your mind.
It's definitely unorthodox.
Okay, well, what about an outpost leader then, Bradley?
It feels like the original intent was to give that voice to the outposts. August Bradley's a proven leader.
On a considerably smaller scale.
He's kept EOS relatively stable, despite no militia presence.
Okay, well, what about Reika?
Meridian doesn't mean done. Catter's still out there. A Pathfinder is the obvious choice for stability. For us.
But hardly the empowering one.
Same old bullshit.
Oh my god. So really, I just have to figure out, okay, so smartass would be Morta. Honestly, that's a terrible idea. No offense to the Krogan. If it was anyone but Morta, I would be inclined to agree. But Morta, I mean, she did help stabilize the colony. Their colony was thriving well before ours was, so I guess that's why she's in the running. But temperamentally, plus Kesh laughed, so I assume she either doesn't think it'll work or she just likes the idea. Again, I feel kind of like the Moshai, since the Angara were here first, they should be the ones who get to say. I guess they're trying to say that the smart and calculating one would be Bradley. And then professionally, it would be Reika. I do like Reika. Honestly, I'm not sure she would be cut out for the council. I'm gonna go with Bradley. I still kind of want the Moshai, but I'm gonna go with Bradley.
This representative should be one of the people actually doing the work. First outpost, first ambassador. Bradley's my choice.
Safe enough. Nothing disruptive from Meridian's opening day.
Something by the book, for once. Sarah is feeling better? Good. This decision, the policy and protocol, that's not what your victory was about.
Exactly.
There's more to life than this.
Okay, so Addison just gained some points for me because she's the only one who asked me about my sister.
Integration of Hyperion systems is ongoing. Our SAM node will be accessible on return visits to Meridian.
Okay, so in other words, I can't go. Cool.
That viability bump clears the way for a lot of new colonists. We're accelerating.
Oh, hi, Kahlo. I guess you're the first one I get to talk to.
Ryder, enjoying the fruits of your labor? You deserve it.
Thanks, Callow.
The Tempest is getting some much-needed service.
Yeah.
I thought I'd leave them to it. But I wouldn't miss the big day. Meridian looks so different out of the cockpit. I think I understand better why you do what you do.
You want a career change?
Thinking of trading in your pilot's chair for some muddy boots?
Not even slightly. I know what I'm good for. I don't pretend to understand everything. But Meridian must have opened a lot of doors. Not all of them safe. I want you to know that it'll be my privilege to keep flying you to them.
And I appreciate that.
It means a lot that you want to stick with us, Callow.
Of course. And keeping my ship is a plus. I've learned a lot from you, Ryder. And Gil. Though, please don't tell him that. Things will change now. But that's all right. Nothing's ever really lost.
And that's the whole point of this.
Tell her to get on it right away.
Darla Voss Hyperion?
Up straight, everyone. This is the guest of honor.
Like you have to tell anyone that.
Hunter, this is our opening. Let there be some sense of ceremony.
As I was about to say, hello, Pathfinder. I am Chief of Operations, Ayora Pile.
Second Wave Placements Officer, Darla Voss Hyperion.
Hunter Carey, Reconstruction.
The second wave?
This is the first I've heard of the term second wave.
It isn't literal. There have been several groups deployed for outposts. Second wave is about the staged evolution of the initiative.
First wave out of cryo, structural support and generalists. Food and fences. Second wave is organizational. Less generalists, more specialists.
More paperwork.
It's needed to rapidly advance. I'm not spending a generation on the range.
Fair. That's fair.
Darla Voss Hyperion. Placements officer?
As our developments in the cluster grow more sophisticated, proper matching of sleeper and assignment will be vital. My mission is to ensure compatibility and fulfillment.
When are you changing your name to Vast Meridian?
I keep Vast Hyperion to honor the ship that brought us here, as my godparents would want.
Oh.
Please forgive Hunter. He is an ass.
Ayora Pillay, you're in charge of Meridian?
That's a big statement. I will oversee the operations and establishment of our port. Exploration and study of the interesting substructure will be handled by Initiative R&D. I'm told that may take lifetimes. We'll ensure that we have them. That's what I trained for.
Hunter Kelly, can I get some clarification on reconstruction?
Sure thing. I'm tasked with turning this once proud vessel into the future proud human capital.
It's more complicated than that.
No, it's a structural and organizational nightmare. Which is job security, which is perfect. Come back in a year. This'll be a galactic hub. You won't know where the Hyperion ends and Meridian begins.
Well, I'm glad to meet everybody.
Sounds like Meridian is in good hands.
I can only read the reports of how you brought us this opportunity, but rest assured, we will not waste it.
Yes. Thank you, Pathfinder.
Aye, what they said.
Thank you, Pathfinder. I'll pay it forward, I swear.
Memorial.
Hyperion, departed Milky Way 2185, arrived Andromeda 2819. Current status recorded as Meridian.
Well, narrator guy is getting work.
Please select a topic.
Memorial to the Lost.
Ark Hyperion has been declared a monument to those who lost their lives in service of the Initiative. A plaque has been placed at the highest point of the Hyperion superstructure. It reads, "We turned our backs upon a dwindling star to chase a dawn beyond our childhood's end." The Hyperion was shepherded to its resting place by a coalition of allies who stood as one against the Ket Archon. Pathfinder Scott Ryder spearheaded the defense and remains assigned to Ark Hyperion despite its reclassification. Landing Day has been proposed as a cluster-wide holiday. Status, pending.
And finally, the Hyperion decommissioning.
While decommissioned as a vessel, the superstructure silhouette of Ark Hyperion will be maintained in perpetuity. All internal structures are being adapted for sleeper deployment and future industrial and residential development. These internal structures have been designated as Port Meridian.
And Meridian integration.
The transformation of Ark Hyperion into Port Meridian continues both above and below the surface. This includes the planned integration of Initiative and Remnant technologies, pending further research. Port Meridian is currently powered by repurposed Tantalus drive cores, which require the frequent discharge of static energy. This causes a unique visual phenomena during Meridian's night cycle that has been dubbed Aurora Meridiani.
Email terminal. Interfacing long-term damage. Reporting Dr. Harry Carlisle, assisting Dr. Lexi Tupero, and Sam. The ability to activate remnant technology without the SAM is an amazing adaptation, but the Ryder siblings have worked that muscle very hard in a limited time. Sam reports that at least in the Pathfinder's case, normal brain function has not been affected. However, we can observe scarring on the occipital lobe and hippocampus. This fits the assumption about remnant, interocular transfer, and long-term memory. There are also stress markers throughout the corpus callosum, suggesting remnant activation requires some deviation from cooperative hemispheric function. I'm not going there in this report. That split brain business has always skeeved me out. Recommendations: ongoing monitoring of the Ryder siblings, restriction of remnant interfacing unless Sam assists. This was one hell of a Hail Mary and we all got lucky. Let's not push it. Notes to shut Tan up. Number 1. Oh my god. Okay. I have to read the rest of these. Sorry, guys. What did the Archon actually do and will it kill us? Please summarize this in the form that Director Tan can easily digest. I take him off my ass at our earliest convenience. We're examining everything, including the Archon's eye, his Omni-tool equivalent. Many functions remain unknown and seem specific to exaltation, forwarded to genetics, re Krogan. It appears to allow the Archon to externally manipulate the SAM connection, but it's unclear how useful the Archon's own data will be. He clearly wasn't aware how difficult it would be to attempt to interface with Meridian, despite observing the hemorrhaging the Pathfinder suffered while interfacing with far smaller remnant elements. The data from SAM suggests the Archon managed to poke some form of maintenance protocol. The remnant that he summoned were enacting some form of corrupted cleaning behavior. The architect was itself in some state of construction/disrepair. As for Meridian's activation, that was not the Archon. The simplest analogy is that touching any system was akin to approaching a motion-detecting light. As soon as ships approached, Meridian began to transition out of dormancy. Notes to shut Tan up number 2. Continued. Could Meridian be weaponized? Technically, anything can be weaponized if you throw it hard enough. Note, do not say that to Tan. We're getting into who are the Jardan and what did they intend territory. Signs point to Meridian being a life lab or seed world, and that includes aggressive terraforming through networked vaults. This could be dangerous, but while it is tempting to look at the purged state of vaults and wonder if that could be turned into a planet-wide event, we've seen no evidence of that capability. Do not send the below section to Tan, not helpful. Some predent says that ever since the 2037 outbreak on Earth, every military-run human lab has had protocols for emergency sterilization of facilities. Solarians have similar fail-safes again in military facilities. Has anyone asked whether the Meridian Spear and connected vaults were considered civilian enterprises? We know that the Scourge was a weapon and that the Jardan were deliberately targeted, but we've no indication why. Seems like we'd want to know that. Angara showing affinity. Useful? Security evaluation. Apex collecting status ongoing. We've already hosted multiple Angaran factional heads. Separate concerns have been logged for 2 of those. Panel Project and Aya 1. We're making liberal use of their expertise. It's possible that some of Meridian was designed for them to access. They can't, of course, but they've been no end of help about adapting our technology to integrate somewhat into the Meridian power structure. The Angara welcome any access, and we're glad to host it. No doubt some of them are interested in their connection to the Jardan. It's jarring enough to have a creator, but one that was here only centuries ago? I'd be all over this place. Angara showing affinity alert. Security addendum, SAM override. Attendees, data missing. Speaker 1. The revelations on Havaral are problematic. We've never encountered a species designed to pass information through their genetics, nor do we know the limits of this function. Speaker 2. If they retain information, can we access it? Maybe the Angara can. Remember how to work Meridian. Speaker 1. That isn't the right question. If they can retain information, can they also receive it? Receive instruction. Have they already? Speaker 2. Well, that's just... You mean sleeper agents. Speaker 1. Shut that off and wipe... End log. Budgeting request. Interfacing going forward. Special budgeting request. Reporting data missing. SAM override. As of today, the Brighter siblings are still the only people able to directly interface with Remnant, and only the SAM connection allows the Pathfinder to do it without damage. It is a self-limiting adaptation, but there was a time when there was only one human biotic, and the mistake of that day was to say she was the only one rather than the first. This ability is demonstrably trainable. We must assume that, like biotics, it is something that can be assisted and will spread in future. To avoid the violence of Subject White, and to avoid the mistakes of bot training in Gagarin, we must begin preparations now. We live inside a machine made by aliens we can't comprehend. The next person to control Remnant cannot be an accident. Welcome to New Zero. Let's be ready. Autopsy and handling. Subject Archon. Subject the Archon. Species Ket. Age unknown. Cause of death. The jokes will cease. The cause of death is not Pathfinder. I mean... I'd say it kind of was. I may be second wave and didn't see the fight, but there are no monsters in my morgue. This being will be afforded the respect of our profession, especially since the cause of death could have direct consequences should our Pathfinder continue to manipulate Remnant or others seek training in their use. While the structures of the cat brain are unknown in purpose and perhaps design, the damage to the tissue is obvious. When the devices of Meridian were denied an external power source, they in part drew from the Archon's own augmentations. This repeated surge and transfer inflicted internal burns and, shockingly, lacerations. However, it is my opinion that these injuries, while severe, were survivable. I say this because I have personal history with treatment of biotics who have strained too far and damaged themselves. The fatal element here is different. The use of Remnant is not just a physical strain. It seems to draw some part of the mind into the manipulated element, a division on consciousness. I am in theoretical territory here, but this is my analysis. The Archon overextended his faculties within Meridian. When the Pathfinder took control of the power, the Archon was not just depowered. He was, for lack of a better term, severed from himself. I need more time with the Archon's remains. And dedicated facilities. A full team. The study of this one being could last lifetimes. Hi, Cora.
Looking forward to the future, our future. This is why I'm in the initiative.
Hey, Ryder. How's Sarah?
Much better.
There might be 2 Riders around soon. Imagine. The Hyperion's forming scientific teams. Gotta start studying what we have. I may have helped them organize.
That'll be exciting. Meridian rewrites all kinds of physical laws.
Maybe they'll name a new law after you. Something about never staying in one place. This is a new cradle for humanity. That's a big idea. Bigger than I'd imagined. So maybe building those teams was smart. Small steps to understand all this. Until we're at the top of the mountain.
And seeing the next horizon.
Can't deny it. I'm game for more. With so much power in our hands, you think it'll be okay?
Let's find out.
Cora, sometimes you just have to leap out there and see where it takes you.
Yeah? I guess you do. Whatever happens, you gave everyone an incredible gift. Nice job, Pathfinder.
Thank you, Cora.
This is what I expected.
Oh!
It's better.
Was not expecting Sloane to be here.
If you're expecting a pat on the back, you're going to be disappointed.
Let's hug it out! Come on!
I'll settle for a hug.
How does your crew stand you?
Some people find me endearing. Charming, even.
More like insufferable. But you do get results.
That was dangerously close to a pat on the back.
You're hearing things. Plenty of people actually want to talk to you. Don't waste your time with me.
Okay, fine. Hi, Joel.
What's new?
So this is how you all party, hmm? Pretty tame, but don't tell the host I said that. Meridian is amazing, though. You accomplished the inconceivable. I'm grateful to be part of it.
I'm grateful.
No, I'm grateful. I couldn't have asked for a better team. We created this together.
And exactly what it is, what it may become. I can't even imagine. To think that when we met, the Angara and your initiative struggled to find trust.
The way we arrived on Aya was over the top. You know, uninvited and on fire.
Agreed.
Guess it worked out okay.
Ryder, the Angara will never forget how you saved the Moshai. But more than that, we'll never forget how you fought the Ket beside us. How we destroyed the Archon. Meridian is a new beginning for your people and mine. Together.
It's like a fairy tale. Do you have those? Where everyone walks off into the sunset holding hands?
At a time like this, I think it's strange that you can't resist making a joke.
I can't, so. Jal, our people, Actually, no, I can't.
Actually, I kind of like it.
Ah. Thanks, buddy.
It's overwhelming. I don't know where to start, but I can. I don't care which world I'm on. It's all more than I hoped.
Hi, Liam.
Scott, kept a seat for you. In your planet, that's not getting less weird. About time Meridian got a proper grand opening. We all need this. Heard Sarah woke up. How's she doing?
Healthy and difficult.
She'd be angry if I said anything but great. Which means... great.
Stubborn as hell. I hear it runs in the family. Hey, know who I just talked to? A second wave technician, fresh out of cryo. Just had his first sunrise in Andromeda. He couldn't stop crying.
Just him?
Must be something going around. Maybe you're the carrier. It's really feeling like home, you know? Finally. They haven't given you 5 minutes alone since the fight. Have you had a chance to let it sink in?
It's overwhelming.
There's so much here. It'll be years before we even know where to start.
Don't need starters. Starters are a dime a dozen. We need finishers. And we have the best. I'm looking at you, Pathfinder Rider. The whole galaxy is. Cheers.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Specialist Rinchi.
Here.
Hi.
So glad you're up and around. I have important news for you.
Okay.
There always is.
Yes, discoveries every day, but this is something we've been waiting for. Listen.
So, white noise?
Sorry, Sam. Active filtering. Initiative Protocol Alpha Alpha to the screen.
Protocol what?
Processing.
Repeating. This is the Arc Kira. The situation is not under control. Note and avoid until further update. Repeating.
Is that?
The Quarian Arc. And Elcor, Drell, Volus? Hanar, I think. That's some delicate business, putting Hanar in stasis. Point is, they're still out there. The Keela Sia wasn't destroyed.
It's patchy. And there's no traceable vector, I assume?
It bounced through the Scourge. I've doubled long-range probes, but...
That's not a distress call. It's a warning to keep away from... wherever they are.
Yeah.
Whatever's happening, they don't want to be found yet. We have to trust their Pathfinder.
All we can do is wait.
A signal, holy shit. From login comm specialists Enzo Ames. Okay. Okay, calm down. There's something. It's been bounced who knows how many times, and it's patchy as hell, but I know an ARC signature when I see it. ARC Keela Sia. It's out there. It's damaged or something. I've put probes out, but with the Scourge, who knows where it is. I'm logging everything, and I mean everything. If a spit bug burps on EOS, I'm parsing it. Because the worst thing? The signal isn't a distress call. It's a warning. Login Security P. Moses. This is an official complaint. Addison can stop the reports, but I know what I know, and the long-range scans show it. The resource deficit isn't some outlaw shooting up our ships. The reason they're all through and reporting no losses is because it's auto-enacted skimming, an emergency drop triggered by backdoor codes. The good director can swear up and down that no trackers were deployed, but they're out there, and they'll be targeting wherever we work the hardest. Exogeo Studies and Planetary Detection. Login Elise Morgana. The Scourge continues to defy our best efforts to see through it without costly physical force. Flying blind is not viable, despite the continued reassurance that only remnant drive systems act as attractors to the charged energies within. Until we understand the full mechanism of this weapon, and we must remember that it is a weapon, we need other means of navigating it. Governor Xi has been especially forthcoming in the weeks following the claiming of Meridian. We have received additional data about Scourge eddies that has allowed deeper scans. It has hinted at the reason why the Angara were reluctant to provide such information. Additional planetary systems and, I presume, additional Angaran colonies. I must repeat that it is only a hint, and that I've assured Xi that my concerns are purely navigational. But given the aggression of even the remaining cat, I can't falter caution. And long-range comet studies. As we wake more specialists and focus on traditional astronomical studies, we're tracking several unique phenomena throughout the cluster. The Scourge continues to mask long-range mapping, but in this case, it's actually helped. We're tracking a group of comets with peculiar mass signatures, suggesting they are exceptionally high in pure precious ores. In fact, Alphonse has nicknamed them the Precious Few. We don't have many ships with the speed to approach, but observations would be valuable in every sense. Comet Tomoko's Arrow, Comet Revolver, Comet Jim Dandy, Comet Dawnstar. Hi, Drac. Oh, and Cash, too.
Kid. Sorry, Ryder.
It's fine. You can call me Kid.
You know what? You can call me Kid. It's kind of nice, actually.
I won't tell anyone you said that, kid. This place is something else.
We can finally start doing what we were supposed to do when we first got here. Explore.
Speaking of that,
yeah,
I sent out what's left of the Macmore scouts. Nearly drowned me in reports until I pointed them a tad. Told them to be extra wordy just for him.
Excellent.
He'll love that.
He wanted the job, he can have the reports. It's not over, you know. There'll be more Ket and whatever else is waiting out there.
And it'll be an adventure.
I know, right? It's going to be so much fun.
Oh. For Nexus Technical Records, Jardan Language Study reporting Tig Velen Linguistics. We are beginning to suss out operational files, but identifying is different than understanding. Are we sure we should poke this thing? I'm starting to think even the Jardan were concerned by Meridian.
Even these Jardan were surprised at what they created.
It is not uncommon for a creator to be surpassed by their creation.
Couldn't anyone else have said that?
A new galaxy. Let's get out there, huh? Goddamn said I would, Mother. Oh, good. You're here. Maybe the festivities can finally begin. Don't like sitting on my ass. Places to see, people to go. Yeah, you know what I mean. Well, let's get this show on the road. Meridian looks great, but, you know, been there, done that.
Yeah, Meridian's the key.
We'll be here a lot. This place is the key to everything.
You're right. I love keys. They open all sorts of new things. Helius is changing, and will be for a long time. I'm just antsy. Don't want to miss a thing. Oh, I almost forgot. Kalinda sent a congratulatory message. She was angling for an invitation, I think. Denied.
Hope you didn't turn her back into an enemy.
Oh, you're always so serious. Enjoy the moment. We're here to celebrate, remember?
Hot meat kettle?
Look who's talking, Miss Basale.
Just keeping you on your toes. For now, you're right. The galaxy isn't going anywhere. Let's have some fun.
Another data pad? For Nexus Technical Records. Jardan study only okay.
What does this mean, Sam?
The language is imprecise, or perhaps too precise, but the potential capacity of Meridian is clear.
Unlimited.
Also, I see I can dance. Let's see if Scott can actually dance. Nope. It's like it's a law or something that the savior of the galaxy can't dance for shit. Also, hi Lexi.
Still standing?
Still standing.
Then I did my job. Somehow. Nothing more need be said.
I'll remember that the next time you chew me out for getting hurt.
So will I, Ryder. So will I.
There we go.
Ryder.
Oh, Subi!
Meridian, huh? I see it every day, and I'm still amazed.
Right?
We're really starting to put down roots. It's wonderful. Did I tell you? The team's working with the Angara to set up a joint research body.
We still need you on the ship.
I'm not giving up the Tempest, Ryder. I just also hope to be involved with the Angaran scientist. Us helping them helping us. Can you imagine what we could accomplish? I'm getting all misty just thinking about it.
Joint research body, cooperation with the Angara? You're planning a party, right?
Of course. Nothing builds a team like a good whiskey and a laugh. You'd better show up, Ryder. We wouldn't be here if not for you.
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Besides, we gotta do that movie night.
Pathfinder. Pathfinder. Thanks for the invite to the party.
I didn't organize anything.
Not this. Landing day. That was worth jumping galaxies.
Yo!
Hey, Ryder. Jill is walking the walk. The procedure took. I'm gonna be a dad.
Congratulations.
I'm thinking Mary if it's a girl, Deanne if it's a boy. Mary, Deanne, Marie Deanne. Pretty cool, right?
Pretty cool.
Knew you'd like it. So, this is supposed to be a celebration, right? You getting used to any of this yet? Meridian? The dream becoming a reality?
It's a lot to take in. I'm still in the pinching myself phase.
Well, I'm sure everyone here would be happy to line up and give you a pinch.
Yes.
But so you know, I've got the Tempest topped out and ready. You want to blow this hot dog stand? Just say the word. Callow's out there somewhere, time one on. If we're really sneaky, he won't even notice we're gone.
Who's flying that? You?
Why the hell not? I'm a quick study. How hard can it be?
And you're gonna be a dad.
You better get this nonsense out of your system in the next 9 months, you know.
Little Mary's gonna have a fun dad.
Pathfinder.
Glad to have you.
Okay, I guess that's it for around here. So I guess I go back.
Let's get out there, huh?
No, because I still have one more person to talk to.
Hi, Ryder. To work for.
Oh! Holy shit! How did I walk past you guys?
So, Tan says he's gonna let me stick around and help with the...
Hey, Ryder.
Heard any gossip?
What's the word on the street?
Ryder saves the day, Pathfinder of the century. You know, the usual.
Still?
Get used to it. They're gonna name things after you when you die. And probably even before.
Great.
So we heading out again soon?
Oh, she's all grown up, leaving home, doesn't need me anymore.
That'll be the day. We'll handle my deals on this end while I'm gone.
Sounds like you two have a good arrangement.
It's getting there. A little trust goes a long way. Helius has really turned into the fresh start I wanted. In so many ways. And now with Meridian, we're really going to make this place ours. I can't wait. You know where to find me when you're ready.
Okay.
Is your day good?
I don't know where to start, but I can. I don't care what any supplies. We got a lot wrong on this trip.
Okay, so I guess that's that.
How's things?
Making a quiet exit?
It's very emotional.
Figured I'd leave before I teared up. No one needs to see that.
I expect that honesty is part of what draws them to you.
Aw, and everybody's coming anyway.
I tried to think of a way to honor what you did. Some protocol. There isn't one. Your father invented this rule, but you defined it.
Aw. Let's go exploring.
This is great and all, but it feels weird to be on a ship that isn't moving. We're explorers. There's more to see out there. Let's go find it.
And that is the end of Mass Effect Andromeda. Now, you'll notice that there were a couple of things that were discussed. The potential research into the Archon's body. We saw the Archon's second, the Primus, heading off somewhere in a menacing tone. We also saw, we also heard information about the Quarian Ark and how it hasn't shown up. But unfortunately, none of these questions will get answered. And the reason for that is simple. The Quarian Ark was supposed to be added DLC, but it got canceled due to the outcry that this game caused. A lot of people were not happy with the initial launch of the game. Even after it had been patched and some things had been addressed, there were still some bugs and all of that. I wouldn't really say that they were completely game-breaking, minus the couple that we encountered in this playthrough. Most of them were just cosmetic and just shrug and move on. But a lot of people complained about the game. And it got to the point where, unlike with Mass Effect, the Mass Effect trilogy specifically, where they ended up fleshing out the ending of the third game, they just scrapped all planned DLC with the exception of multiplayer additions. So the question of what happened to the Quarian Ark and why it was delayed and why they're warning everyone away is actually relegated to a novel that came out, which I have not read. So I can't actually tell you what happened there. But yeah, that's disappointing news for sure. Now, going to my thoughts on the game. When I first played this game, I really, really enjoyed it. I was very proud that I managed to do as much as I did in the first game. I basically did almost everything that there was to do. I was extremely happy with the way it played out. I loved all of the characters. I could not stand PB when I first played the game because I just found her to be obnoxious and she was not at all entertaining or anything like that. It's been a while since I played this game. So coming back to it, how do I feel about it? I still enjoyed it. I still had a blast. Is it as good as I remember? I have to say no. There were certain parts where I was just kind of like, okay, whatever. Let's just go through this. One of the major things I didn't like, and it actually surprises me a lot, there are so many side quests, like almost too many. So obviously a lot of them didn't make it into this game. A lot of them did, but there were a lot of nitpicky things that didn't end up being put into the game, or rather into this video series. So apologies for that. I just couldn't justify fitting all of that in and it would have just been a slog. I still love the characters. PB isn't as bad as I thought she was. I still don't like her as much as some of the other characters, but she's grown on me. And the fact that she gives you a VI to fight in battle is great. I just wish that I could have taken advantage of that this playthrough, but I didn't. Because again, I wanted to do something new. And even then, I still ended up with a tech power. But mostly, I focused on the biotics, which was new for me. Because up until this point, I didn't really actually play around with any biotic builds. Even in the original Mass Effect, I specialized in tech or combat. I think I attempted one playthrough as a sentinel, and I just kind of fizzled out and decided I wanted to do a different build, but it's whatever. So, the game itself, still not as bad as everyone says it was, not as great as I remember it being, but still pretty good on the whole. The only disappointing thing is, again, we don't get to see what happens more, simply because BioWare and EA pulled the plug on any additional content for Andromeda. That being said, with Mass Effect 4 coming out, and we don't know when it's going to be, but reports have said probably early 2025 at the pace that they're going, but we don't know. With that in mind, it's also been hinted that Andromeda might actually come into effect with the story. So who knows? Maybe we'll get some of the answers to the questions that we have. Maybe they'll deal with the rest of the cat off screen. Maybe the cat will actually be involved on a bigger scale, which leads to cooperation between the Andromeda universe and the Milky Way. Either way, we won't know until the next game comes out, and it's all speculation anyway. But on that note, this, as I've said, this is like the third time I've said it now, this wraps up Mass Effect Andromeda. So, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I hope you enjoyed the series, rather. If you did, please leave a like or subscribe. If not, leave a comment below letting me know what I can do to improve. And as always, until the next time, guys, ciao.
Sam, that's
100% viability on all known UNCs, Pathfinder. Please access the Tempest VidCon for an important update.
Tempest VidCon. All right.
Sam has a new objective for completing 100% viability. Okay.
There's a new task because we hit 100% viability?
That's what I want to say.
It is a significant milestone, Pathfinder. Preparations have been made for some time.
Okay, what kind?
I need to know if there's another expectation because of this.
Updating objectives. You have a high priority destination.
At Habitat 7, what's going on?
I have been instructed to not reveal mission parameters. Don't be late, Pathfinder.
Ooh, interesting.
A few moments later.
Okay, so what am I looking at?
So, back at Habitat 7. What am I supposed to see? And what's it got to do with 100% viability?
I'm getting initiative signals, magnetosphere charges, and atmosphere probes.
The vault here remains non-functional, but with 100% viability to invest, we've begun terraforming this world with initiative technology.
The good old-fashioned hard way. It'll eventually be a home too, thanks to you.
Oh, full circle.
Back where we started. Fitting.
There is one more item, Pathfinder.
Okay.
Opening channels to the Nexus, Meridian, Prodromos, Detaeon, Tevuni, New Tachanka, and Initiative allies. By unanimous vote, this world is to be renamed. Habitat 7 is now listed astronomically as Rider 1.
Aww.
Your world, Pathfinder. Their future.
Damn. I have a fucking planet named after me? Holy shit! Well, technically, Rider 1 would be Dad, but okay, you know what? It's fine. I'll just take the win.